and a bit of sleet and we can play. Okay, next up we have the wonderful Rachel Ward. Yep, it's you. No, we go. No, yes, we do. Well, you looked at me like I was wrong then, so I doubted myself.
I think this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try and read it in the style of the Old West. It's called A Supplicant and Inarguable Female Invective. This here story relies upon the facts presented about those times and is true in the telling of it. Part 1. The three riders crossed the low ridge in the pre-dawn in the March of 1856 in the border area of Texas. They were a sorry-looking assemblage, filthy and reeking and dressed in roughly fashioned hides and ornaments of army regalia. They sat aboard horses, both badly used and gone, and plastered about with the red earth mound of this country. Both riders and mounts steamed in the cool morning air. The three men looked down upon a peaceful clearing. A small encampment of Yuma Indians lay well back from the river bend, and a lazy, wispy smoke issued from one of the wickiups. Captain Bull hawked and spat, checked the heavy coal and thrust it crossways into his belt. He nudged his horse forward, down the slope. Jakes and Green fell in behind, their eyes coal black with intent. A dog stirred amongst the sleepers and started up a slow whine. A man dressed in skins and bare-chested came from one of the shelters. The riders thundered from the bend and a pistol shot shattered that peace. The man simply disappeared as if through some hidden trap, his body torn apart by the impact of that shot. Others started from their sleep and were hacked down in a confusion of terror and screams. Bobby and Green half fell from the mounts and strode amongst the wounded Yumas, hacking at the skulls of the fallen and ripping from their heads the bloody scalps of the dead and dying. The captain, his trousers around his ankles, was in congress, one of them fallen, when a girl about 14 years sprang forth from the burning hides and raced for the woods. "Get her," he shouted. Green, too, looked up from his grisly business, covered in gore and blackened with powder. He whooped and set off after her like some demoniacal beast. He caught her at the first trees and they fell sprawling. The girl's mouth opened but no sound came. Green was soon upon her, his slack jaw and lascivious. And before he was done doing, she was dead. 2 days and 1 dawn later, the three rode into a small town of San Luis. Their horses hung about with the blackened and ruptured heads and scalps of the people of the Yuma tribe. In the March of 1856, there was paid $25 per scalping in that year of our Lord. They say human nature decrees that women suffered most in those times. Part 2. In the early pre-dawn in March of 2006, in the years of our Lord, Captain Cortez of 1st Platoon Bravo Company spat and looked across the dusty courtyard. He checked his M16. Bodie and Green came up behind him and went down on one knee. Bodie grunted. "Looks like the place." "Yes, sirree, that's the place," accorded Green. Looks like I've forgotten one of my pages, so I have to do that bit from memory. Cortez looked about him. The sun was low and cast shadows. They crept along the low wall to the right. He stopped. A thin, wiry light was on the horizon. They went on. He came to a small building. There was a door on the left and a window high on the right. Green kicked it down and they were in. A soft, low light came from a door on the left and also to the right. A man shouted and came running from the door on the left. Bodhi said, "Thug me," and shot him point blank through the head. The back of his skull plastered red on the white wall behind. Almost simultaneous, a woman came screaming and fell, stumbling across the body of her dead husband. Green kicked her hard and discharged the sawn off, leaving a hole the size of a baseball in the chest. To the right, a door opened slowly, a creaking. A small girl came out. "Mama, Mama," she said. She stumbled about in the dust and the smoke and tripped over the bodies of her parents. She stood a moment, puzzled by the warm stickiness of her hands. Green took one pace forward and stole in her head with his rifle butt. "God damn it," Cortez said, "you don't cover my boots in blood. Now get that other door." Green went across and kicked the door in. "Well, looky here," he said. A young girl about 14 years lay in a corner, hiding behind the bed. Green took her by the arm and pulled her out. After they'd done taking turns, the girl lay bloody and broken upon the bed. The three soldiers returned to their patrol. None of the enemy were found that day in the March of 2006 of our Lord. The soldiers was paid about $100 each for their work that day, equivalent of about 4 scalps apiece. They say human nature decrees the woman. Women suffer most in those times. 150 years in the passing. They also say history repeats itself. The same country, the same army, and women still are suffering. The girl lay still and silent, silent as the grave, a supplicant and inarguable female invective. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless America. Thank you.